Hey guys, welcome to Miss Fabulous. Today I'm going to show you how to make this awesome glitter phone case. Keep watching. You will need a plain phone case. Well, it can have a pattern on it, just one that you don't mind covering. I just got this plain white one from the pound shop. This was the most plain design I could find. They did loads of different colours, but I just chose to go with the white one. It has got this little hole in it, but I don't mind that. That's just going to stay there. You will also need Mod Podge, but you can also make your own by using 2/3 glue, PVA glue, and 1/3 water. I think it works just as well, but just to warn you, I haven't tried it. I've got the gloss Mod Podge, but you can really use anything you want. You will need something to apply the Mod Podge with. I'm just using a sponge, and just to warn you, if you do use a brush, then it will probably leave brush marks, but if you're using a really soft brush, then it won't. I'm just using these makeup sponges. I got these in a pack of 20 for like £1 in Primark, and you can just get them anywhere, like literally. You will also need some type of cleansing liquid. I'm just using fairy liquid, but you can use anything from a bar of soap to washing up liquid. Also linking to that, you will need some type of cloth or tissue to use with the fairy liquid. And one of the most important things, some glitter. This can be any colours you want. I'm actually going to do mine so it's silver going into pink, or I've not really decided which way it's going to be, but I'm also sprinkling this thick gold glitter, just a few sprinkles over the tops, just so it gives it a more sparkly effect. And the last thing you will need is something to protect your surface with, just in case the glue goes through, obviously the glitter will go onto the paper. So I'm just using paper here. And you will also need water, which I forgot to mention. And I'm just going to mention an optional thing. If you don't want to cover the sides of your case, which I don't think I'm going to because I like the bumpy feel of it, you will need some sort of tape. It will probably be better to use Scotch tape, but I'm going to use just some regular sellotape. But obviously that step is optional because probably most of you will want to cover the sides of your case. So I've just moved the camera just while we do the cleaning because the surface will get wet. I don't really want the paper getting wet. You will just need to wet your cloth. I've just used cold water, but you can use anything really. Just firstly wipe it down with just the water, and this will just remove any dirt that doesn't come off with the soap. I'm not going to clean the sides and the top of and the bottom of my case, purposely because I'm not actually going to decorate that, but if you are going to decorate it, then you will need to clean them as well. Now you don't need to rinse your cloth again. Take like the smallest amount of fairy liquid ever. You really need the tiniest amount. I've even gone a bit overboard there. If that does happen to you, just kind of fold it together. Okay, now clean your case with the water and fairy liquid. This will just make your case much cleaner, so there are no bumps in the way. So your case will be a nice even surface. If you don't have any like soap cleaning products, which will probably be quite unusual, you can also just use nail polish remover, but I'm just going to use soap as it's easier for me. And once it is very clean, you're just going to wet your cloth again. Make sure all the fairy liquid is out of it and just wipe it clean. You can run the case under the tap if you're still unsure, but I think it should just be okay if you just do it a couple of times. It's also good to use a dry part of it. This will make sure it's completely wiped away. So that's why I only wet a little bit. And somehow it's got through the inside, so I'm just going to wipe the inside, but that really doesn't matter. So yeah, I think the only wet part of my case is in the inside where the little crack is, but I think that should be fine. Just do one last little dry and then we're ready to move on. So first, to smooth out any bumps, we're just going to take our Mod Podge and or your homemade one. You can also use clear PVA glue, anything that kind of is clear, dries clear. So you literally need that much for the whole thing. And you just want to paint a clear coat of this onto it to smooth out any bumps. Let's get a little bit more if needed. And this will just kind of be a little base for the actual glitter base. And this stuff literally takes seconds to dry, so I'm going to leave it for about 2 minutes and see how it's doing. So in just under 2 minutes, that is completely dry. It doesn't look much different, it just feels a bit more secure in places. Now it's time to actually add the Mod Podge to half of your case. If needed, you can draw a line about halfway where you want your colours to disintegrate into each other, which I'm just going to do. So I think I'm going to do mine about there. And pencil kind of goes on quite well, but you can use anything like a whiteboard marker or a permanent marker, or even a pen if your colour is a bit more darker. But yeah, this is just kind of an optional step. You may also want to draw another line, so that will kind of be where your colours go together. So half of that's going to be one colour, half of that's going to be the other colour, and then they're kind of going to mix into the middle. So now you've got to choose which way you want your colours to go round. I'm going to use silver at the top and purple at the bottom. So you've got to be really quick about this, and you want to do your top colour first. So just make sure you have your glitter handy, and what you've got to do is paint a coat of Mod Podge on as quick as you can and then sprinkle the glitter over it. So I'll be doing that now. So what I'm actually going to try is do half of it and then sprinkle the glitter on. And then I'm just going to tap off any excess. And then I'm going to pour that glitter back into the pot after this has dried. So you probably want to use the other end to just sweep off any other bits of glitter. Okay, now time to do it to the other side. And it really doesn't matter if your sponge touches the other glitter. After all, it's going to do that in the end anyway. And yeah, try and get it in the middle part as well. Just sprinkle the glitter on. So as you can tell, it uses up loads of glitter, but you get all the glitter back at the end. Just wait for that to set a little bit and then tap it off. And if you're happy with your design now, then you can pour this back into the pot. But I also forgot to say, this is the time where you should sellotape around the edges. Only if you're worried about getting the Mod Podge on the side, but if not, then it really won't matter because it won't even stick. Now I find this is really cute even without the bottom part, so you can leave it like this and you will obviously have to do the steps afterwards, but yeah, just don't follow the next come to the pot. And I have gained a lot more than I lost, and I kind of did fold the paper, so that's why there's a fold in it. Now it's time for your next colour. Now I'm starting to worry if I'll have enough for this, but I hope I will. So yeah, just do the same steps as we did for the silver one, but just paint a little bit over the silver as well. Just smooth it out. And I'm just going to try and be wise with this, because I know I don't have much of it. Oh no. I'm just going to like tip the whole lot on it. Spread it around my finger and hope that a lot comes off of it. Enough that I can use for the next part. So I'm going to pour that into there and then do the next side. So I'm just going to go along with it, and I'm just going to hope for the best, literally, because I have barely any left. Oh, should have used a different colour, but I'm just going to go over it with gold anyway, and I'm not going to use the lid that goes on it. Spread it around. Just trying to gather it all up and put it on the case. But a quick tip for you, if you are having the same problem as me, kind of dab some of the glue onto the case, and like especially where there are leftover parts, and sprinkle another colour over it, and this will just kind of take the attention off that you haven't got much glitter on it. And just tap it off and wait for the glue to dry clear and see what it looks like. So my phone case is really covered up. It just, the silver around here isn't kind of showing up on the camera, so it looks kind of patchy and white, but it isn't. And I've just let mine dry for about 15 minutes, because you'll probably notice the Mod Podge does not dry very quickly when it's got glitter on it anyway. Well, it didn't for me, but I don't know how fast it will dry with homemade Mod Podge. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is add a layer of Mod Podge to protect it. We will add about 3 layers depending on how the glitter feels. So just get some Mod Podge on your sponge, but I'm actually going to pour some of this onto the paper, and this is just purposely because I don't want my glittery sponge going in the pot. It may take a little while. It's very thick, so that's all we really need. Just a little splodge, if you can see that. And kind of just remember, it will dry clear, so yeah. So just paint over it, and yeah, it will look white, don't worry. And you just want to be really careful about this, especially the first coat. So I'm just dabbing it on. I think I went a bit too crazy on that side. I think I might have ruined the glitter. I think it'll be fine though. And this is the perfect time to add any more glitter on if you need to. So yours will probably have still white patches of glue, but once that dries completely it will turn completely clear, so you will not see it. Okay, so now you just want to add on a layer of Mod Podge. I'm going to add 2 layers, and I recommend you do this. I'm going to film just doing one, and then I'll film the end of doing my last coat. So just make sure it's all filled in. Now tidy up around the edges, and also you want to brush off any excess glitter around the sides, or you can repeat these steps with glitter and Mod Podge on the sides if you are covering the sides. But yeah, just leave it overnight or 5 to 6 hours and come back in the morning.
Now your case is ready to use.
Now your case is ready to use. Okay, so this is the case a week after I made it, and I've basically used it every day since then. It's been in my bag, used it loads, and the glitter has not worn off, or the glitter hasn't come off. You get, on the first day that you use it, you get a couple of bits of glitter, but that's fine. If you want to see more videos, like, subscribe, and comment below. See you next time, Miss Fabulous. Bye!